Hello. Do, 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 do. Good evening, everybody. Yes. Woo-hoo. Hello. I guess you can hear me. Hello, everyone. Oh, yeah. Can you hear me? Okay, good. I just wanted to make sure you can hear me. Yeah, that's the first guy I made, Jean Guy. I was joking around. When I was younger, we used to call the guy Jean Guy from Rubber Boot, Quebec. Oui, oui. Anyways, I thought I'd just pop in and see how everybody's doing. Oh, yeah. I don't know if I can read this fast. I don't have, yeah, let me see. Yeah, no. I don't have, yeah, I can't read that fast. But, anyways, I'm glad everybody's here. Just a little update. I got lots of different things I can do. I just haven't done it yet. Um, yeah. Well, been a lot of things have happened since the last time I talked to you. Uh, um, I forget where I left off. So I got to keep on. I can't see this stuff. Uh, yeah, a lot of things have happened since the last time I talked to you. I got a I got my license. I don't know if you heard that. Yay! Now, there's stipulations to that. It's only good for 3 months. It's good till December. And it's so that I can go to Ottawa, biggest town near me, to get a driving test to learn how to use the push pull controls. And I have to see like a specialist. They got to be in the car with me, and I got to do a little test just to see if I'm capable of driving the vehicle, so I don't run people over. Uh, and yeah, what else? Yeah. So in the meantime, you know, I've had a couple of roadblocks with this adventure. Uh, one, I talked to a girl today. She said, "I'll send you." No, she talked to me about 2 days ago. She said, "Yeah, 2 or 3 days ago." She said, "I'll send you the forms that you need." I said, "Okay," because I have to fill out forms and I have to pay money and I have to do all this stuff and they got to know about my bank account and blah 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 blah, so on and so forth. So I say, okay. So it's like I've done before. I check back every couple of days. I check back. So today was my couple day check back. Hello, how are you? Uh, and they said, I got your forms that you sent us, but you only sent us two. And I said, well, that's all you sent me. No, no, we sent you five. I said, no, no, you only sent me two. And and so while I'm talking to her, I am on my phone going for my email, and I said, "There you are, right there." Okay, and I looked. There's only two forms there. She goes, "Well, I sent you five." I said, "Well, okay. Don't want to argue with you. However, I don't want to argue with you, but I only got two in front of me. So maybe you could send them again because I didn't get them." So she said, "Okay, I'll send it to you by email or whatever." And so I said, "Okay." And then she said, "I could mail them to you." And I said, "Well, why don't you mail them to me too? When will that come?" "Next week." So, anyways, to make a long story short, that one there, that was a frustrating part because I'm always running into people like that. I said, "Okay." So I get off the phone with her. Everything's fine. She's nice talking to you. I said, "Okay, thank you." So I get off the phone, I look into my email, and yes, she sent me not one, but two copies of the five. So now I got 10, or double. And that was it, right? And then I said, "Okay." And then she's going to mail them to me too. So she said, "Don't send the two that you already sent me." I said, "Yeah, okay, no problem." So we got that under control right now. Yeah, I have to send her. I have to send her my. Um, of course, I have to send her my card, my payment card, Mastercard or Visa or whatever I'm using. Only got one really, but I gotta, yeah, send her my credit card information because I gotta pay $750 just to do the test. And I went, wow, but that comes with some bells and whistles and stuff. I don't know how many, but yeah. And then we're going to make an appointment, and so that'll be done. And that should be done before. That should be done before November. What, October? What is this? This is October, September, October, November. Yeah, it should be done before November. Sorry, should be done before November, um, because that's when my license runs out. They're going to send me one, but once they get that information from Ottawa, send it to the Ministry of Transport in Toronto, and the doctor's notes and everything else, they all talk to one another, and eventually I'll get a real thing, a real driver's license in the mail, saying I could drive and under certain conditions, and I'm pretty sure the hand controls will be that condition. I'm not sure if my diabetes will be, but everything else will be. So it's like, yeah. So then I can start looking for a van. I didn't want to look until then because, well, yeah, because I'm running through. I'm going through a lot of problems with this stuff. Like, I mean, this is taking forever in my mind, and yeah, that's the problem. It's taking forever, and I'm just, yeah, I'm just, yeah, it's wearing me down. I keep on thinking I'm dealing with my stuff, and I believe I am, but because my head's sort of like coming back a little bit better. But somebody might say I'm tired, but I am tired in some ways, and I'm not sure why. Because I keep on running into, I don't know, keep on running into people or things, and not people in general, but government. Like I don't know why they're so darn slow, or they're so meticulous of what they want and when they want it and everything. It's like you got all the information. Like I argued with her three times. She says, "You have your driver's license. You got a G1." I said, "Yes, I do." I said, "It's a temporary one, but I got one." She goes, "You sure?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. It's in my hand. I'm sure." "You sure?" I said, "Yes, I have a G1, blah, blah, blah." And I'm like, glad we're not doing like I'm doing now because I'm like, what the hell's wrong with you in there? But yeah, so I had to read her up the numbers, told her what the numbers were. She goes, "Oh, okay. I guess you got one." I said, "Yes, I'm telling you, I got one. It's only good until, it's only good for a certain amount of time. Then it's no good." But I was just reading here, North Shore, whatever. Cool that you got your temporary license, though. Yeah, it is. What the hell am I driving? I can't drive nothing. I don't have because I don't have controls. I haven't taken the test to see if I can drive controls. So really, are they really giving me a gift? They said here's a credit card. It's got a $50 million max to it. Go crazy. Oh yeah, by the way, you need this part and you can't get that part yet. So it's like, yeah, I got a credit card that's loaded and I can't even spend it. I got a driver's license and I can't even drive. Even if my buddy says, here, take my car for a spin. Do you have hand controls? No. Yes. Yes, Michelle. I don't know how Ontario made it this far. Okay, be quite honest with you. I used to love this province, but I don't know how they've gone this far. I don't know. I mean, they got so many rules and so many stuff, so many things you got to jump through. I keep on like I want to ask, like you're talking to a guy with no legs. I cannot jump anymore. No more jumping. No. Anyways, that's the stuff that gets me a little bit. That's the stuff that gets me a little bit annoyed and crazy. And anyway, and the past few days, past little while, I've been, um, I've been very tired. I sleep 3 times a day. Do you believe that? I'm up to take my grandkid at 7:30. I've got to be out the door at 8:30. So I get ready, do my thing. I eat properly. I'm eating properly. I get out the door. I come home. I do a few things like make phone calls because it's past 9. Check things out. Uh, and then next thing like I try to do some artwork. I take the guy out today. I was not so bored, but I take Jean Guy out and I start dancing with him, listening to some music. And I'm like, I feel like I'm losing it. And yeah, um, and he's not done yet, too. I have a board that's it's like a flat board. It's supposed to go underneath here and you sit on it. And you got to sit on something hard and you flap it with your other hand. And if you got music, it's great, but then it flaps up and down like this. So it's not even done yet. And I've been trying to make a couple of other ones. I got a few things on the go. I got them. I got a couple of Christmas trees I'm going to try to make with some pieces of wood, and then I'm going to try to make a couple of faces. Uh, you know, I but I have a hard time getting motivated to do it. I know what I want to do, but I just have a hard time getting motivated to do it. So it's just a lot of different things like that. Yeah, it just drives me. If I was a drinking person, it would drive me to drink. But no, I'm sleeping without drinking. Thank you. Uh, yeah, like people call me up. What are you doing? I said, well, I take my after lunch nap. And then sometimes I wake up at 2 o'clock, and then I want to take another nap at 4 or 5. So I take that nap. Then I'm up at 7. I eat my supper, and I fight very hard not to take a nap after that because if I take another nap after that, we ain't sleeping until 4 in the morning, and I just don't have the energy to be creative or anything like that. So it's like, yeah, it's crazy. Uh, I'm glad you enjoyed the nice stuff. I got a few other things I haven't shown yet, but I have a couple of. I used to before. I wanted to learn how to make a knife from scratch. So, but I started out making handles from scratch. So I got a few knives that I found in my possession somewhere deep down into the bowels of my package that I have. I found it. I said, "Oh, there's that one. Oh, yeah, that." So I'm gonna make a couple of knives too, just make handles and stuff. I don't know. Yeah, I'm doing that, and I got to get back to drawing. There's a lot of stuff I got to do, and I just don't have the energy to do it. I just don't. I feel like, yeah, and like I keep on thinking I'm dealing with all my stuff. Like I'm dealing with my stress and everything else, and I have doctor's appointments and stuff like that. Uh, but yeah, I find it quite difficult some days. I mean, I do move around, and I do try to get around. I go to the grocery stores and pick up some groceries and stuff. I'm doing all that on my own. I mean, my family, well, my family's chaotic. I mean, they're in and out. I mean, I say hi, bye. Next thing you know, I go for a nap. I wake up, they're all gone or whatever because they got sports and stuff on the go, and it's just like wow. My grandson Durham, I believe. I believe my grandson Durham's got a play coming up. I think he's going to be a Tin Man in the Wizard of Oz or something. I don't know. So I want to go see that. And I have my other grandson Dante, who's having a game. They have another game, but they don't want to take me because they don't know the lay of the land. So they're going to go to that one, and then they're going to bring me to the next one, so I can figure out the lay of the land. So they'll be able to get me around. Uh, so other than that, like I mean, life's good. I've been looking on. I haven't bought nothing because I don't know what I'm buying, but I do know what I need, and you remember that time I went to Costco. Well, I told that to a buddy of mine. I bought this $12 burner. I mean, for $12, it's great. He said, "Oh yeah, that's a good deal." And then my daughter had something kicking around, something that goes on a water jug. It's a submersible. It's a pump thing, and it's USB. So I said, "Boom!" I said, "She goes, I don't need it. You can have it." So, uh, yeah. So it causes sugar. It causes sugar. It works out pretty good. And I was just reading something there. Stress does cause your sugar to fluctuate. And yes, it's been down a little bit better because I'm also in the middle of them adjusting my insulin. I have new insulin, and I got old insulin, and they're trying to adjust it. Like in the morning I take I forget the name of this new stuff, but uh, it's 80 units in one crack, and it's supposed to last. I used to take 56 and 56 at night and morning, or morning and nighttime. Now I'm taking 80, and it's supposed to last all day. So the sugars are coming down. They're not perfect. So stand back. Nobody, yeah, no, they're not perfect. I'm not eating like crazily. I had a pork chop the other night. I had a couple of potatoes, and I had little baby ones, and I had some green beans. So I'm eating well. Sometimes I have a sandwich for lunch or a little bit of soup. Yeah, so I mean, I'm not overindulging or nothing, but yeah, it is what it is, and it's a real dance, and some people just don't know, but it is a real dance. Yeah, well, people have said that. Somebody wrote down that I'm in grieving, and you know, and I got a foggy brain. They say that, and even my buddy that doesn't have anything, like my buddy Brent, didn't have anything to do with anything. Like he had COVID, like I did recently, and he said that's what he said. He says because that I think that's one of the big side effects about COVID. It really wears you out. And I said, man, I haven't had it for months. And he says, yeah, that's the side effect. I said, oh, and then plus losing the legs and making choices and yeah, stuff like that. Yeah, I see. I never really think that that stuff is heavy on me because I tend to, or I believe I tend to deal with it right away and then move along, and I never like once I say something, I try not to look back at it. I tell you how I'm feeling, and then I won't look back at it. I forget what I said the last video, and I know I talked about this stuff a few times, but I don't look back at it. I don't remember it. Like once it's out of my system, it's gone. So I don't know if if it comes back in there, and but yeah. Anyways, it's all good. It's just no. There's a lot of people have asked some questions. Like somebody just asked me, "How do I start? Have I started physical therapy?" No, I picked up some weights I got here the other day, and I was just moving my arms. I'm tight all over. I still have to go down and see about the aqua center. And it's like I said, it's hard to do all that. I know what to do, and I'm trying to do it. Some things get done. I know what to do, but I'm so tired. I just can't do it. Like really. Uh, but yeah, I've been doing a little bit of exercise just from sitting in here. Uh, I also have plans. So whatever vehicle I get, I have plans for that. So like I was saying earlier, I had that water thing. I got that. I got that burner. So and I got pots and pans. So I can get back into it pretty much as soon as I get it. Uh, the other thing is a little bit weird here too. We just got a new cat, so that I'm not really a cat fan, and don't slay the slayer here. No, I'm not really a cat fan, but I mean I get along with them. I mean I just not something I would personally get. I love dogs, and I don't even personally get a dog because I know they take time, and you have to, you know, it takes time, and you have to, take some time out to take care of them because they're like they're not human, but they're living creatures. You got to feed them, change the litter box, and this one came in like really young. Because somebody, I guess somebody from what I was told by my daughter, they abandoned her. I guess they tried to kill her or something. They just put her at the side of the road somewhere. And somebody asked if anybody wanted it, and they went over and seen it. And now she's coming alive now. She's at that stage. She came in. She's in a little ball. Couldn't get her out. Took them 3 hours to take her out of the van. She crawled underneath, not underneath the van. She jumped off my daughter's leg and crawled up underneath the steering column, underneath the front part there. She wouldn't come out, or he wouldn't come out. They had food there. They were playing. They had left the door open. They were keeping a watch on it. 3 hours later, it finally appeared. I thought that was funny. They didn't think that was funny. I thought that was funny. I said, "Well, there you go." You know. But yeah, it's like there's a lot of new things happening here, and it's like yeah, him and I. His name is Bullwinkle, by the way. I can't really catch him. He's over there playing with some toy, but yeah, him and I get along fine. I had to watch out because I didn't make a joke, but I did say it one day. I said, there's a reputation about me. People think I hate cats and stuff. I said, I'm not going to change that. But I said, I don't really hate them. But I said, I just want you to know in the house, this thing starts to move around a lot. I mean, if I accidentally feel a bump in the road, it's not because I done it on purpose. And they said, what? And I said, well, like, he's moving now. The other day, I'm sitting there in my room, which is down the hall, on my desk, using the computer. I got my bed behind me. They don't even think this thing that this thing climbs anywhere. Got my bed behind me, and it's like pretty high up. I got my Unfortunately, I got my pee jug right beside my bed, so when I'm sleeping or whatever, I just have to reach over and use it. And this thing says all of a sudden I hear this ruckus. I look around and it's crawling around my pee jug and everything else, and I'm going, "Oh no, we're not doing that." So I had to move that, and he's in the bed and he was on the curtain, and I heard something like then I turned around, and then he left. Then I heard something else. I looked down below, and there he is trying to climb up my chair, my wheelchair. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, I got to let the family know that this guy's on the move. So I hope nothing happens. I really do. It won't be on purpose. That's the truth. But I have to pay attention. And me being half tired, me being half tired half the time, I don't know if I will. I hope so. Yeah. Yeah. Well, that wheels aren't their friend. That's for sure. But no, we get along. Like, I mean, I know where he is. They come in. Where's the cat? Where's the cat? I said, right over there, sitting where he always sits. Yeah, he sits at the well. They had their clothes there for a while, but he sits right behind the clothes, right on top of the clothes basket, and that's where he sits all day. He's sort of like he's camouflaged. You can't see him half the time. He doesn't move much. Anyways, it's kind of cool. Oh, I was trying to. I think I mentioned it on a video. I was I had to fix my front ramp, and anyways, it was just so happened I had two drill bits, or I had two drills. I had a compact impact driver, sorry, impact driver, and I also had just a drill. And anyways, well, I got the drill parts and I got the drill bits and everything, but I can't put it into the impact because it just doesn't work that way. And I didn't realize. So I got rid of the other driver before, and now I'm sitting there needing a driver. So I phoned my friend up, Brent again. Brent saves the day for me. I said, when you have time, can you please come over? He said, okay. And then he said, how about this afternoon? I said, oh, okay. It was supposed to rain yesterday. It didn't, but he showed up. I was in bed sleeping. They woke me up. I went outside and he was already at it. So I couldn't go down to help him out. But yeah, he took some bolts out. I bought some bolts. He took some of them out, redid them, put them in different holes, put some right through it so it doesn't, like, because it was, this is the ramp and this was the piece of wood. And when you put pressure on it, like the piece of wood would move up or move down, and there'd be a big bow in the ramp. And I still got one more thing to do. I met this gentleman in my last meetup, and he came by, gave me some wood, gave me some different things, and yeah, he gave me these little. Well, they were used for COVID. The government bought all these things, had them made, and you put stretchers on them so people could sleep on top and put their stuff underneath. But he just gave me the stands, and they're made quite well. So I'm gonna cut one up and put it underneath my ramp. Like my ramp sits like this. You all know that if you've seen some of my footage, and the steps go here, right? Well, I usually have some cement there, but the cement has the bricks I had they've fallen. So I'm gonna take one of them uh, bed things, stick it under on an angle, and stick it to the bottom where the step is, and either screw it in or fasten it to the wood on the side so it doesn't bounce and it doesn't kick out. So, and I'm waiting again. I don't know if I answered that question. They asked me if I have a therapist. I'm waiting again for Trillium. I have to get in touch with them. I'm waiting again for them to see if I can get help with get help with a ramp before winter, but I gotta hurry up because it's getting cooler here. And I also thinking about reaching out because they might be able to help me Trillium when I go to get my vehicle decked out for push and pull. But first, I have to get a vehicle, so I'm looking for that. And thank you everybody that has sent me pictures and stuff like that. Or advertisements of different vehicles. I've looked at them all. Some of them have gone real quick because and it's hard for me to get around. So, like, yeah. But that's the thing. It's like this takes time, and yeah, a lot more time than I was aware of. Really, I pushed myself really hard, and I know that. But yeah, other than that, stuff like that. So it's all good. I was just reading a comment here. Is Emmy really a Dutch oven expert? I wouldn't say she's a Dutch oven expert, but she does use that Dutch oven that she has quite often, all the time. Like when she's out, that's what she likes to do. She likes to go park, make a fire, bring out the Dutch oven, and cook stuff. That's what she likes. Uh, I do believe, though, if I got this story wrong, please don't hate me. I do believe that from Rainer Outfitter, I'm not sure if it's Rainer's dad or if it's his wife's dad. One of the parents there is they use Dutch ovens a lot. So I think since they were at that meetup together, I think she was going to ask him because I think Chrome mentioned something on the way to get beer. He said, "Oh, if anybody knows anything about Dutch oven, he's the expert." Because I've heard that too, just from stories that Chrome has told me that one of the parents there loved the Dutch oven and they do cooking with it all the time. So you know, um, yeah. So I don't know if she's an expert, but I know she uses it a lot, and she's always doing that. So ever since I've known her. Uh, what's a Dutch oven? It's a cast iron pot with a lid on it. Ones that I've seen, the lid has a lip on the edge, so uh, the lid sits on a pot. You can dig a hole, drop it into the ground. You have coals underneath it. You have a fire. Then the fire goes. You put the coals. You put the pot part on top of the coals. You fill it in with some dirt, and on top of the Dutch oven, there's a lip. That lip, you put more coals on it, and you enclose it with dirt. As far as I know, it's the last time I've seen it, and you let it sit there for like a couple of hours or whatever, and you can cook whatever you put, like a roast, a pork, anything in there. You can cook food in that, and that's what it's called, the Dutch oven. There's probably simpler ways of doing it, but that's what I know about. That's all I know about Robert. Could be a different way, but if I'm not correct, like one imu, what's an imu? Ah, okay, cool. Yeah, so I don't know if I answered your question, Robert, but that's I mean, people do different things. I mean, I don't know how you guys do it like on the island, but I've seen things where you roast a pig. I guess you put it into the ground. Do you not somehow? Or I don't know if it's on coals or it's on something, but yeah, or you roast. That's pretty much the same type of deal, but this is in a contained unit. So yeah, it's supposed to be really well. I mean, I've had stuff from a Dutch oven. It's really, really good. A lot of people cook beans in a Dutch oven. That's, you know, okay. Okay. Yeah, something like that, I guess. I know I've seen it before on TV, and it's probably one of your islands over there. Yes, that's right. Banana leaves. Okay. Whenever I get over there, you'll have to show me that. Okay. Well, that's cool. So that's my life so far. That's what I've been up to. Um, I know it's a slow process. I'm sorry, but I'm doing what I can do, and it's not just up to me. So no, no banana, no banana leaves here in the Great Lakes. I guess wherever you go, every community or every different. Sorry, I've lost with words sometimes. All kinds of different people, different. Yeah, I forget the word. Anyways, they all have their way of doing stuff, and like I've gone to my friend Brant. I've gone to my friend Brant place, and they're yeah, see, Philippines, yes, and man, when they cook, I mean, they're cooking days, sometimes days ahead. But when you go there, the last time I went to one of their little parties, get-togethers they had, I mean, they had like fish, this, that, and like stuff that I said, oh wow. I mean, like it was, yeah, just coming out all the time, and they warm it up. They have it warm. It's hot when they serve it to you. It was great, man. I can't. I couldn't believe that. Well, glad your son loves them stickers, Robert. Glad to give them to you. It took my friend rambling a little while to get them to you, but oops, under the bus. Sorry. Yeah, me too. I use a microwave. uh, oh yeah, that's the other thing. Okay, I hope I don't cut my throat here. Okay, I know you guys like my carvings. I know you guys like what I do with the paintings and stuff, but I'm really not all that special. I I know I'm better than when I started. I'm getting better all the time, but enough with the it's like it's too much for me to handle. I learned this stuff, like I say, I learned this stuff from YouTube. I look on YouTube, and I somebody asked me that question before, how'd you learn how to do this stuff? Because I got a mind and I'm a visual person. I look at things and I say, I could do that. Yeah, I can do that. So I look it up, and and carving of wood and stuff like that. It's like I can do that. I can try. I mean, and that's what I do. Uh, these other people, like I don't know all their names, but Linker, and there's another carving guy, and I like a guy. He doesn't even carve with a knife. He carves with a Dremel, and he carves with chainsaws. Jordy, I think, yeah, I believe his name is Jordy Johnson. He's from Carving Fusion. He's from BC. Now, I ain't going to tell you his whole story, but he had an accident and he had to change his whole lifestyle. And he basically, I think if I got this correct, he basically turned around and said when he woke up and started over, he had to start everything over. And then he knew how to draw. He started carving, and he carves. I mean, some of the stuff I'm amazed with. I'm like, and the thing I like about him mostly, and it's not all about the carving, it's his attitude towards it. And that's the attitude I want to pick up. Well, I think I have picked it up. No, like I don't want to take a saying away. There's a guy in the States, Neil, I think his name is, no legs, no problems. Well, that's my attitude. No legs, no problems. I can't walk like him, but no legs, no problems. Let's go. Yeah, okay, it's a little bump in the road. Now, there's less for me to move, but let's go now. So, and that's Jordy, same thing. Uh, he's got that attitude. You can do it. You can do it. Here's a simple way. You can do it, and that's what he does. He just does it, and that's what draws me to him. Not so much that I'm a carver. I want to pick up a chainsaw, God forbid, but he does stuff that I say yes. That's impressive. I like his attitude. You know, there's a lot of people that carve better than a lot of us carve, but it's their attitude, and that's the thing. That's the thing that I like. That's the thing I love about some of these guys. So all my stuff, and I love the praises too. Don't get me wrong, but sometimes it's a little bit overwhelming for me because like, and it's not just my self esteem. I don't think I'm all that special, but I do like to draw, and I do like to carve, and I do like to make things, and I really am proud and enjoy the fact that you guys like what I do. I like that, so you keep on coming with that. But yeah, it's like you can learn all this stuff, like they say on YouTube. YouTube's a university to join up. Anything you need to know, you can learn it on YouTube. Now you might have to check, things out. You know, I remember a long, long time ago, my friend Brent one time told me, uh, like this was years ago when I was in college, and I was learning computers, and I still don't know them that well. And he's saying, he was telling me you could learn how to, you could learn how to make a bomb or something, or I don't know, something like that. He says, but you gotta watch because they got all this information on the internet, but you gotta watch because some of it is not right. And I said, what do you mean? And he says, well, boiling gasoline on a stove, I think, or something he said like that. He goes, there's going to be a problem at a certain point. Then I went, I can see that. Yeah, yeah, I can see that. And he said, so you got to sort of be cautious. So that's just a far example, but no, we're not boiling anything like that. But it's just that you hit a few different things, look at a few different people that are doing different, and then you sort of like take out the good, the bad, whatever, and the indifference, and then you go with that, and that's it. Well, thank you very much. Yeah, well, I'm glad. I mean, and I'm glad. Oh, Barrie, Ontario. Good day, Deb. Uh, yeah, I'm special, all right. Yep, I'm special. uh, Oh well, I mean, I'm glad I sometimes have my attitude that I have, and sometimes I don't. Uh, but it's not helping me. It's not helping me not sleeping though. I'll tell you. Like I really do try to keep a good light on things, but you know, I have a problem with it sometimes. Well, I don't understand that question, Hawaiian or Robert Hawaiian. You know the Samoan mathematician. No, I don't. I don't even know what that means. Uh, oh well. His his name is Tua. Tua is a for. Oh, you guys ain't related, right? You and Ramblin', because he throws some of them things at me sometimes, and I'm like, yeah, okay. Hmm. Hello. was it Justin wanted to say hi from Florida from Brett. Okay, Justin. Hi from Brett. Hello. Glad you're here. You have to try in order to know if you can. Never know what you are. Never know what you are. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Robert. I will. Tua. I, Tua is a four. uh, uh, well, I don't know. I just know my journey has been really, really fun and enjoyable, and a lot of people that I've met on it, and they're just inspirational and fantastic. And I know haven't met 99.9% of you, but you know, we seem to get along, seem to have a good sense of humor, and seem to have the same lust for life, I guess. And that's what I care about. You know, yeah, we all got our own different things, but it's just kind of cool. Hello. I got to go down to Florida sometime. I'm going to try because I was thinking about that whenever I get a vehicle. It won't be this year. This year, I know I talk brave, but I think about a lot of stuff. You know, it's like, I'll be out there on my own, and things can go bad on your own sometimes. Like even like simple. Well, I think about it all the time, like putting gas in a car. Everybody's got to these self-serve things. There's very little people are getting paid to put gas in your car. Uh, there's stuff like that. There's changing a tire. Just different things. Like I mean, the other day I got stuck in. My grandson and I were going to the store, and yeah, we were going to Canadian Tire and stuff. Um, yeah, and I took this road. He goes, Papa. He goes, it's construction site. I said it's Saturday. Nobody's here, and the roads aren't paved, but all the stone was like laid out flat. And I said it should be all right. I just seen a car go up and park down there, so it should be good. So, anyways, we walked down there, and then he said, "Okay, let's go up here." And I followed him up onto the sidewalk, but he was walking beside me, and I was walking this way, like beside him. But he was on the high, and I was on the low, and I got into the soft stuff bad. I got stuck. I couldn't get out. I bottomed this thing out, and it just made me think. A lot of things make me think now. I said, yeah, I got to be careful when I'm out in the road not to do that stuff. And then it happens really fast. Hi, Kim. It happens really fast. Hello, Venice. Um, so I said, okay. So we figured it out, and somebody came by, helped us out. My grandson was looking for a stick or a pole or something to dig out with. But like it made me think, and if you're watching Emmy's video sometimes, um, it made me think. It made me think that she was with Chrome, thank God. But she did a UE or try to turn around on this paved or on this rock road or stone road, and then she got stuck too. Well, I sit there and I put myself in that place. I said, imagine if I did that. I couldn't even get out into my wheelchair because that wheelchair is useless when if you're not on cement. It really is. It's a good wheelchair, but it's just it digs in. So you know, it digs in, and that's it. So I think of all that stuff. I don't want to think too much of it and be scared to get back in the van. That ain't gonna happen. Uh, and that's the whole thing. I'm not going to get that scared. I'm not going to go back into a van. I'm going into a van. That's it. There ain't no trying, it's doing. It's going to happen. Hopefully, it's sooner than later. Uh, wow, got a lot of people from America. I mean, well, I usually do, but yeah, all over the place. Illinois, California, Washington State. Yeah, a lot of stuff back there. But anyways, that's the whole point. It's just like, I look around, I see stuff, and I say, yeah, I gotta watch this, I gotta watch that, I gotta, and I have to, I gotta be careful, a little bit more careful than I was before. Before I really, I was a little bit carefree and didn't really think about too much. But now I take it in a different perspective, and it's like, yeah, I can't be reckless, but I do want to explore. Even if it's only highways and byways or whatever, I want to go from one spot to the next and see everything I can see at that spot. And you don't always have to go off roading. I mean, off roading's fun, but I would only do that with people now, probably like I did before. But most of the time, I did it with people, not by myself. It's always better that way. Um, and I was watching a few videos today about the ultimate diesel heater. I I met some guy. Well, I met him watching him from UK. Uh, he had the same problem I had last year with the diesel heater. He had it for 2 months. Darn thing couldn't work that well, and so that's the thing, right? It's just and he was cursing it and everything else. He finally got one. He said he got one, a Russian made one. And I was thinking about that when I was in BC last time. There was either a one from a Russian made one like Joseph has, and there was the other one that I forget the name of it now. It's one of them better ones, but it was the guy gave me a smoking deal on it, and yeah, and that's the one I chose because it was right. It wasn't far. I went and picked it up the next day, and that worked good. Uh, I think it's since the hospital I let my beard grow out, and I've had it trimmed a little bit, but not much. Um, yeah, it's you know just stuff like that. So like I was looking today, and then I heard the guy said he was giving crap to the diesel heater, and I went, wow. Then I watched this other video, and this guy had a portable diesel heater, but this was like I think it was 5 kilowatts or something like that diesel heater, and he was doing it for a different thing. Uh, and Yeah, he was doing it for a different thing. He was going to sleep on top of his van, like one of them vans that go up. He was going to sleep up there and have the diesel heater underneath, and hopefully the fumes, like the fumes wouldn't be going up there. He didn't really have it set up that way, but that's what he planned on doing. And he had it so like when he wasn't using it, he could pack it up in a nice compact unit, bring it in the house, and yeah, like put it away until the next time. And I was thinking about that, and then I looked and I found another one that was like a three kilowatt one. It's a smaller unit and it's a diesel heater. Now, yeah, and I was just thinking about that, and I said that would be good. Like, I mean, there's summer camping and then there's fall camping, and since I got a place to put it, uh, and since I have a place to put it, it'd be great. Like, say when it started getting cooler like it is now, and I wanted to go out, I could take it from my house, put it in my van, set it up. It's portable, so I'd be able to set it up somehow, or have holes in my van. Maybe put it in like a real one, like a stationary one. Have holes in it. Just reconnect the outtake and the intake, and hook it up. You know, just like it was before, and have that unit there. So when I drove down the road, it'd be right there. When I'm finished with it, or when the season's over and I'm not doing any more camping or anything in the wintertime and I don't need a diesel heater, I can just take it out. That way I can clean it up, look at it, clean it up, because I know that's important now, and then put it away until next time, you know. And I was thinking of that. I mean, they're not that expensive, those ones. I mean, they're like but I mean, that's further on down the line. But I know I'm slowly getting, to the point of looking outward a little bit more and what I need. I don't know what I need. I know the first thing I need is a van to figure that out. So these other things are just little like dreams or desire. I don't even know what they are. Like I just know that eventually I'm going to need something like that. I'm going to need, I've had some good ideas. People have given me some good ideas about putting um what was it? Put like having a porta potty or something, so I can have having a bucket or something, but have it hidden. And it's not by building a box or nothing, but it all depends what kind of vehicle I get, right? Somebody came up with an idea of them stone go seats. There's ones in the front that are very small, but it's basically, he says, why don't you just open that up and you can have like a platform with your bucket underneath there, and you're on the ground anyway, just crawl over, do your business, and then clean up, get rid of the bag, and there you go. And I was like, that's a good idea. So yeah, I mean, I'm happy for the fact I'm dreaming about going back on the road. I'm happy. I haven't lost that, and I'm happy about that. So other than that, it's all good, and yeah, it's all good. My brain's moving a little bit. I just wish the people in Ontario who work for the government they move a little faster, but I don't think that's going to come anytime soon. But it's helping me with my patience. Well, yeah. Somebody said, I've known you since you met Chrome, and I would have to say I really like you, and I'm curious about the road you'll take. Well, part of that statement is right. I will take the road. I'm not sure which one, but I will take the road. And I realize like next summer, I mean, uh, I realize that I'm in Ontario. I'm in a great spot. Ontario, like, I mean, I've noticed just watching, I couldn't get out to any of them other than the one that I went to, that I was like involved with. There's Chrome and Emmy and Jeffy Bear. I realize there's a lot of meetups here in Ontario, and I could probably hit two or three or four of them. I don't know, just in Ontario, and they're not that far. I mean, they're out there. Some of them are like on the other side of Toronto, so that's like a 5 6 hour drive from where I am at. But that's 5 6 hour drive. It's not too bad. Um, and yeah, and I plan on going to the States too. So whenever all this stuff comes, right now it's just in my head, but whenever all this stuff comes about, I will let people know. Uh, I'll have somebody know. I'll let everybody know what I'm doing, where I'm going, and if you wanna hook up, or if I'm in that area, that's fine. Uh, and yeah, so I'm not gonna hide away. I'm just gonna, I'll meet you at Tim Hortons parking lot near you. I don't know. I don't drink beer, so I can't pull off what Chrome just pulled off. But I'm not chasing Chrome. I'm just But I mean, I usually like, I usually, yeah, I used to like just go to a Tim Hortons or someplace that I'm not going to get kicked out of. I do want to go back to Ottawa. I'd like to have I like to have a little bit of a meet up there because that's one of the places where I started from. I really like when I got here last time. I did go to Ottawa, and I think I had 6 or 8 people, and some of them people, I forget the one gentleman's name, but Canine Mama, she came up to see me. Uh, yeah, she drove all the way from Ottawa. There was a few other people that drove from Ottawa to come see me, and I was like, okay, well, that's great. I mean, so yeah, I like to give thanks for that's who I am. I like to give thanks to the people that have supported me as much as I can, and if it makes people happy that I show up or just to talk or just so they say I've seen Jeffy Bear or whatever. I mean, my grandson loved the fact that he was able to take a picture with Emmy and Chrome. I mean, Chrome's the guy he likes. I even introduced them like just one on one. Well, not one on one, family and Chrome and Emmy, but they had all the attention. He had all the attention he needed. So yeah, and it's great. And I love that. And I know it's important for people. So yeah, he did. I don't. I noticed that. Somebody was telling me. I was asking that. That was a. I think that was a. I think that was a $700 bar bill. See how pro baby the lead. Well, Oh, hello, Aaron. How are you? Glad to see you. I've seen you in one video, I think, with Mark the Paint Guy when you were doing something. Yeah, it's been a long time, brother. Been a long time. I'm overwhelmed with a lot of stuff. But I remember you. You brought your son with you, I believe, last time I seen you. Thank you, Dora. uh, can you sign a paper saying I got good memory? Because I forget some days. No, it's kind of weird. Some stuff I do. See, that's it. Some stuff I do remember. I remember that. I don't know why I do. I just do, and it's like it was a great time, great visit, and yeah, it was. And that's what I mean, that's my whole thing. I don't, you know, I mean, I like it too, I guess, but I don't need to be surrounded by a whole bunch of people because I forget half the people I meet. But I just like few people I meet, and if there's a close, a close thing, I'll remember that for a long, long time. And yeah, yeah, selective memory. I'm not really sure if it is or isn't. I mean, I can remember stuff. Yeah, I can remember stuff from years ago. I don't really know. So, but yeah, but no. All kidding aside, some of the stuff I've gone through with the legs and the COVID, It's really affected me. You know, I also look at myself sometimes, and I sit there and I go, I've really changed too. Like I'm not as miserable as I used to be. I still can be on time at times, but overall, I'm not that same guy. I'm not that guy anymore. And I'm like, and I laugh about it because I go, wow, who would have thought? Who would have thought that Jeff, could be different than I am? I mean, yeah. And it's genuine. It's just not something I put on. for the crowd or anything. Well, yeah. Well, I'm really impressed that all you guys showed up tonight. I wasn't really sure if I really wanted to do this. I mean, yeah, it was. I think Ramblin' sort of like pushed me for it. She always does that. She's always got my back when I'm not really feeling up to snuff. Sometimes she says, "Oh, come on, you can do it," And it's like, yeah. I mean, she knows me. So sometimes she pushes too much, I snap back. No, not doing that. Yeah, I get very temperamental. But no, she really has my interest at hand, at heart, or whatever that saying is. But yeah, it's all good. So what do we got going on here? That's what it's about. Yeah, what you went through is so scary to me. And cheers, dude. I have no idea how you do it. Well, I don't have an idea either. I have a fear of losing it. Yeah, I'm not gonna get an animal spooky. No, that takes responsibility, and I'm just responsible for myself lately. No, I love animals. I love dogs. I like to have a dog, but I don't. I think the responsible thing is to, if you have a dog, I love your dog, but you can take him when you go. That's it. That's yeah. I don't. Oh, you're gonna leave me for a football game. Thank you. See you later, Robert. Glad you showed up. I'm glad your son enjoys them stickers. And peace, brother. Aloha. I'm not sure what you're saying, Robert. Is that love you, huh? Or oh, love you? Okay, I was gonna say aloha. You're getting a little, you're getting a little sloppy on the aloha. That's what it looked like. Loa. It's like Loa. Okay, love you too, man. Ah. Hmm. Yeah. Well, Bob's hanging in my yeah, Bob's hanging in my thing. Like I said, I picked up Jean Guy there. I was dancing with him today and he did that. I don't know how he did it. I was just doing this and then his arm started flipping around. Woohoo! Yeah, Jean Guy from Rubber Boot, Quebec. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Rachel. Yeah, like that. That's the other. Like, there's a lot. Like, I know how to use a bucket. I know how to use a jug. Uh, Taking a shower on the road is going to be a difficult thing. Uh, so you know, I mean, Rachel just said something about provincial parks and stuff, and and that's the thing. Yeah, well, I know there's. I used to go up to the one in Fitzroy Harbor, the provincial park there. That was great. I used to love it there. And there's a few other parks I've gone to. And like I said, there's lots of room to explore. There's lots of room to, I don't care if I have to pay for a campsite. I mean, I'd rather not. It saves money if I don't. But I'm just out there doing my thing. And I keep on checking on the internet, or I keep on checking for for double amputee below the knee or above the knee, and I come up. There ain't many of me around. I know there's other people that are in chairs, and I understand that. But like I said, before. It's, to me, anyways. I don't want to start an argument, but to me, anyways, it's totally different if you have legs or anything else. I mean, I know they still can't use them, and they're still strapped to a chair like I am, but the counterbalance, how to get to move around, and some people can use them for a little bit, but yeah, it's I just find myself a little different, and I don't want to, I'm not special. I just find myself a little different, and I have a hard time relating to a lot of different things like that. But yeah, like I pretty much sit in my tush all day long. So yeah, well, I'm gonna get out there and I'm gonna find a lot of these spots. I know there's well, yeah, make and model of van. Well, uh, I know they make a lot of Dodge, and I do know from studies and from my friend Shirley, she's got a Chrysler Town and Country, is pretty much like a Grand Caravan in some regards, but and I know something like a Dodge, like they made a little, and if you can get the slow and go seats, that's good too. And I would like it to have a 3.3. They're an older engine, but a 3.6. I think I've heard that there's a lot of they've had a few issues with them. Like even my friend Shirley, she's got a ticking sound in hers. So yeah, I mean I don't know a lot about the vehicles like that, but I mean I do know that something like that. I've heard of like Honda Odysseys and Toyota Sienna, I believe. I know uh, Pontiac and a few other please GMC. They made some near the 2000s or 2002, 2004. I'm not sure, something like that. I don't want a Mazda too short. Like I mean, too short. I've walked up beside one with my wheelchair and I went, "Wow, that's like it's a nice vehicle, doors open side." But I said, that's a little bit too short. I want a little bit longer, like a Dodge Caravan type deal. So that's what I would, yeah. I like to get a Volkswagen, but I can't. Well, no, I don't want to get a Volkswagen, but I could drive it anyways. Uh, yeah, that's the thing. So you can't get it to start, but you want to build it out. Oh well, yeah, well, build it out. I would. Okay, so you're not wasting time. I would try to get it to start first. That's what I would do. I would try to move it because you'll find out what you need and what you don't need. If it's been sitting there for 10 years, yeah, you're probably going to need, you could need, I'm not a mechanic. You need gas lines. You can need brake pads, brake shoes. You can need front end, back end. You can need a lot of stuff, maybe. I don't know, maybe. But yeah, try that first, get it started, and then get underneath it and look. I know grass is nice, but grass can be deadly to a vehicle. I know that because I've seen it before. I mean, I don't think Chrome's van was under grass, but his old bottom was all rusted for the longest time. His old bottom was rusted for the longest time, and he's changed a lot. He's fixed a lot, and he's painted the underneath, and he's had a lot of work done on it, so it's better now. But I mean, yeah, and I don't know if it stood in grass, but a lot of people stand in grass. Grass is not good. Keeps in the moisture. I've traveled with Chrome and Cruise a little bit, but it's not like that. It's not like I used to have a hard time. What was it? We all get together one day, like a whole bunch of us show up at the Spanish Bank, say, and we have a meetup and that. And I said, oh, we had a great time. I get to know people. I got things like, and we were talking, and some people had some drinks or whatever, but it's not like we were driving. We're all going to sleep there. Anyways, we're all sitting there talking and stuff like that, and then we all, yeah, okay, go to bed. Good night, see you in the morning. And you wake up in the morning, and half of them are gone. They just get up and go. And I used to think, what the heck? That is weird. You don't say goodbye. Like you don't go to a person's house and sleep over and then just get up the next morning and sneak out the door. Not that they were sneaking, but you know what I mean. Anyways, yeah. So yeah, I just find that different. It's a little bit different, but yeah, like we've done that. Like we'll get together. There's like, well, when nobody did that really. Like when Crow, Mimi, Joseph, Mark the paint guy at the time. When we went out, and myself, we went out. Well, we woke up, and then even Jan and the dogs, and we went out, and we wake up in the morning. Yeah, we also stayed around for a while, and then we decide, okay, we're going here, or we're staying, or we're going, and yeah, then we say goodbye. But sometimes when you get a hold of people in vans, they just get up and go, and that's fine. So that's fine, and I mean that's just how it is, and I've learned that now. And it's just like, if I go to bed at night, though, I'll just say, I plan on getting up early in the morning. I'll be gone if you're not up by that time, right? So it's been nice. Have a great day, and boom, boom, boom. Yeah. Uh, yeah. Well, that's the other. See, that's the other thing. There's, somebody's writing down here like Astro Van has 307. Yeah, that's the only reason why I thought of. I thought of Mark the paint guy's got. He's got a Honda, and that thing's got 370 some thousand kilometers on it. It's still going. I mean, I think he has to pay attention to it at times, but it's still going. Uh, and I've known other people. Sienna. A lot of people talk about them. They get high miles, but when you're buying a used vehicle, it's yeah. When you're buying a used vehicle, it's it's a crapshoot. You never know. It could go like out the door, and everything's running, and as soon as you hit the next block, things start to happen. Even if you take time and you can go through it and look at it and everything else, everything it does. That's the way it works. Anyways, I just noticed the time. I'm going to call this one. I'm going to call this one done for tonight. It was really nice to talk to all of you. It was really nice to. I know I did most of the talking, but I've been reading and stuff, and that's the thing. Like so I'm glad you guys showed up, and I'll try to do another one of these, either before the end of the month or beginning of next month. And until then, peace. I love you. Aloha, and thank you all for coming. I appreciate it. Thanks for your support. It means a lot to me. I'll see you out there soon. Bye-bye.